Hello there, my friends, and I wanted to welcome you to episode number 47 of The Daily Shortcut. My name is Dave Wood, and if you've been following along with these episodes, I've been talking about a lot of important things over the past week or two. From strategies to build authority online, principles of success in the unconscious mind, getting clear on what you want, lots of great stuff you can just apply right into your life and get better results. Today, we're going to talk about something that if you choose to ignore, you're going to be missing out on more than 90% of your potential subscribers and even more that won't create the sales and the income that you're looking for in your business. If you want more sales, pay attention to what I'm about to teach you. And that's what it comes down to, doesn't it? In order to reach as many interested qualified buyers as you possibly can reach, you have to focus on building a massive, growing, responsive database of subscribers that are eager to come to your site, to read what you have to say, to watch your videos, to consume your information. You wouldn't even believe it if I told you how big our database is. People who want to buy from you, and when you talk to them on the phone, are open to hearing what you have to say if you actually make phone calls, or even if your sales reps make phone calls, you want them to call people that are qualified. Here's the next skill that you've got to master in order to do that. You've got to master creating a compelling offer that your visitors must say yes to. They just feel the desire to say yes. You've got to create a compelling opt-in offer that they go to your site and they're like, I have to have this. We're going to get into more information on how to do that in a second. But first, I want you to understand a concept that's the very first step before you create a compelling offer that people can't refuse. The first step is something that my brother William Wood calls filtering. Without filtering your audience before pitching a sale or making an offer, you can ruin your chances of success before you ever have any kind of interaction. Another way of expressing this idea is that you're never going to have people get to your brilliant sales pitch and actually respond in the right way, which is pulling out their credit card, if they're not in the right mindset from the way that you're pre-framing them through your prospect filtration process. You've really got to get your compelling offer in front of the right people in a way that makes them say, yes, I want to buy. And if you do that, they'll come to you with their credit card in their hand and purchase from you. I think we can all agree that we don't want everyone who ever sees our content to pull out their credit card and buy. Not only would that be impossible, but I don't want people who are spending, for example, their rent money on products in my team. I don't want people making decisions out of the scarcity that puts them in a mindset that when they're deciding to join, it doesn't create the success mindset that they really need to succeed. Part of that is actually putting the right filters and pre-framing in place, whether that's in your social media messages, whether that's the sales copy on the sales pages that you have, or whether that's the questions that you're asking your prospects if you're actually talking to them on the phone. Just imagine the sales process as being first a filtration process, and then there's questions that you can use to filter your audience and grab the most qualified, ready to buy prospects that have their credit card in their hand. And here's the thing I want you to think about. What are some of the characteristics that you're looking for in somebody to actually hold a sales conversation with them? Do you want to connect with everyone, or do you only want to connect with people who are potential buyers? Out of your potential buyers, what phase in their mind do you want them to be in when you initiate that sales process with them? The first question is there even a want or a need? Do they have a want or a need? What the brand new person will do is they'll go right into a sales pitch without filtering and without connecting and building rapport. So you want to connect with prospects who actually have a want or need that actually have the potential to result in an immediate buying decision right from the time that they get to you. And you connect with prospects like that with the right filtration process, and then selling actually becomes fun if you want to have a phone process or if you have salespeople who use a phone process. See, it doesn't matter how passionate you are about your business if you aren't using the right strategy to filter your prospects in a way that creates a buying response from the right people and screens the right people away. There are people who should not do business with you, and you should not waste your time connecting with them in a sales framework. You shouldn't waste your time doing it, even if you think you should prospect everyone, because doing so simply will waste your time, resources, and precious energy. You'll make your life miserable by not having a good filter right at the front end of your business prospecting filtration system. You're actually going to lose your passion if you do that and be frustrated for a very long time if you try to help people succeed without them wanting or needing that success. If they don't care, you don't want to waste your time. If they don't have a want or a need, you should never have any sort of a sales conversation, and you shouldn't try to hard pitch and overcome objections, even in your email sales process. You want to filter first, persuade second, and that's the strategic mindset that you've got to adopt if you want to create consistent results right now in your business, and you want to sell and you want to recruit on an autopilot. Pay attention. Second question, can they actually afford to buy this right now? This is another really important one. Can they afford it right now? If they can't afford it now, it doesn't matter how much time you spend right now persuading them to do business with you, because no amount of persuasion to buy will result in a commission creation outcome if you don't have someone on the phone, or if you don't have somebody watching that video who has purchasing power. What's the point? They'll still not do business with you because there's a legitimate obstacle behind their decisions. Now, sometimes people lie about that, but we're not talking about liars. We're talking about people with no resources. You want to connect with people with resources. Now, maybe they can learn to afford it, but that's not the point here. You're not going to persuade the person who can't afford to do business with you in the first place, no matter how badly they want to pay you $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, or whatever the cost is for your services. They can't do it, or they maybe don't have the right mindset right now to create that ability, and therefore it's not a good use of your time. See, I recommend that you have something available that's free, that's low cost, that people can actually connect with you and stay engaged with what you're doing, like these daily shortcut episodes. Something that you do in your social media, something that you do creating content, for example, blog posts or creating live hangouts, somewhere people can come to you again and again. You can give them value at low cost or no cost and stay connected. Even if they can't afford the higher priced products that you have right now, maybe they won't buy immediately, because that actually gives you the ability to create responsive relationships and reciprocity, and those people will have resources later if they listen to you, and you can create buyers for life from everyone just by giving them value. The third question, does what you offer already fit into their game plan? Does it fit into their goals already? This one isn't a hard rule, because maybe their goals will change, but it sure is important to acknowledge, because you always want to help people reach their goals if you want to create customers for life. It's a lot easier to persuade someone to do something that they're already kind of planning on, or maybe they're even committed to, and they're in the research process before initiating a purchase that's already decided in their mind. For example, how easy is it to sell diapers to a single 21-year-old guy with no kids? Pretty difficult, unless they're buying them for their parents, right? If they don't have a baby, they're not planning on one, they don't have a 9-month pregnant girlfriend, right? They're not going to buy diapers. What about to a brand new parent, though, who just had a new baby? You don't need to sell, right? You want somebody who already has got it fit into their plans that way, or they have a need, right? Somebody who has a baby needs diapers. Even if they can't afford them, they're going to find a way to buy them, right? Does that make sense? Sometimes that means speaking to that side of the person that has the need, and the need might not be exactly obvious to you, but if you want to make your life easy, if you want people to say yes, you go out and you got to find people that are close to the purchase decision, or they're already past the decision and just looking for the specific thing. And if they already have it in their plans to go do what you're doing, right, they're going to make a decision. And if you connect with them, they're going to buy like that. Remember, those 3 filtration steps will make sure that you're not wasting all your time selling to people who really don't have a want, they don't have a need, they don't have a real desire, and they can't even afford what you're offering. Or maybe they're not even interested in what you're selling, and they're going to think it's stupid. Why would you ever connect with somebody and try to convince them that they're going to like it if they don't like it? Does it make sense? So you got to ask yourself, what filters am I using around the interaction that you've got going on in your business? You see, people aren't going to opt in to receive information from you unless they have a good reason to do so and want what you're giving them for free. You've got to present a message that has so much value, so much power, and produces results in a way that people, they can't wait to get your email messages day after day after day. They just don't know what's going to happen next. They're so excited for it. And it's like Christmas every single day in your email inbox when you opt in for the daily shortcut. And they want to have that value-based message because it's congruent with what they want, and have a call to action, which is what you're telling people to do in content, that's congruent with what they're actually there for, what they're having them opt in for. So what's the secret to creating a compelling opt-in offer? Well, after your filtering, which is actually the nature of the content that you create, will filter for the right people. It's simple. You want to find a problem that's specific and solve that problem for people for free or low cost in a way that's congruent with the way people visited that content in the page. All they have to do in exchange to get that is give you their email address so that you can follow up with them and create a more responsive rapport. And then you keep giving them value, and when they interact with that, then you want to send them your sales offers that are congruent with the content. For example, here in the Daily Shortcut, we actually have opt-in offers that are bonuses for that individual piece of information, content. Like this video has its own bonuses. Because the offer is seamless, because it's congruent, the opt-in rates we get are way higher than the normal content pages, and we have a lot that can be improved on that, and it's going to be tested on these pages in the coming months, and you're going to see that roll out, and opt-ins will just go crazy if you're an affiliate here. You're going to get a lot of money from that. But the seamless congruence of the offers aligning in the right way with the content makes it so we have high conversions at every phase through this process. So let me give you a quick example. Even though this concept will apply individually to every business, and you may be at a different business, I'm involved in the business of online network marketing, online direct sales, online marketing. So the question I have to ask is this: what problems do people generally have in the network marketing profession? And what specifically do people struggle with when they're trying to build their business online? And how can I help them solve that problem and get better results? Well, the answers to those questions are simple. People are struggling in this kind of a business. They're struggling to build their business online, and this goes for just about any online business, not just network marketing or online marketing, because number one, they don't have enough traffic for the website, and they don't have enough money to promote their business through paid outlets because they don't have leads, they don't have traffic, they don't have a converting process, which is number two. They don't have a compelling offer on their website, so none or too little of their traffic converts to profit anyway. So it's impossible to put more resources into it if they don't have money already that pre-exists, which makes it near impossible for a new person to succeed unless they're already rich in the first place, which they're probably not, because if they were, they might not be getting in that kind of business. They might be investing in companies or doing investing or something like that. So all I need to do to create a compelling offer that gets ridiculous opt-ins for my business is this. I need to help people learn how to get a huge amount of visitors to their website at any budget level, and teach them how to turn those visitors into lasting and significant and exponentially expanding profits. That's attractive, right? Does that make sense why nearly everyone would want that in my target market? So what I want to do today is I want you to evaluate your website, evaluate your sales process, and ask yourself this question: am I really trying to solve problems with this offer, or am I just trying to push this on somebody's face? Am I just trying to sell something? Am I like the used car salesman on the internet, or am I the person who's like, I'm giving value, I feel good, right? I'm positioning myself like a consultant. Be honest about what you're doing. If you're just trying to hawk stuff, fixing your message is step number one. In fact, I've recently gone through a big series of evaluations in my own messaging and decided that even though it does provide significant value, I can even make that 100 times more compelling through testing, through tweaking, through optimizing, through giving more value in every part of that process. So what kind of value can you provide? And what problems can you help solve for people in your line of business, in your target audience? With the Daily Shortcut, all of those questions are already answered for you. Of course, you should always consider creating your own compelling offer, targeted at your own specific audience if you have your own unique business. But the fact is, most new people, especially in the marketing world, in online business, they don't know their target audience. They've never been taught target marketing. They never went to school for that. They don't know it well enough to do that right from the moment that they decide to pull out their credit card and decide to buy whatever it is that they're just deciding to join. That's why I created the Daily Shortcut, to give you more valuable, interesting, inspirational content that you can consume and also share with others to get traffic into the pre-built, pre-coded affiliate sales funnels that you're getting for free just when you buy the Total Shortcut system. This episode that you're watching right now is actually part of an ongoing series of daily content, daily personal development, daily action steps we release Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Our library keeps growing bigger and bigger. Therefore, your library of marketing tools and resources to direct traffic at keeps growing and growing and getting more unique. Just as you're scrolling down to the bottom of the page and entering your name and best email address into the form, the people that you invite to these episodes are going to do that as well. Your leads and prospects will realize, just as you are right now, that the Daily Shortcut is actually the answer to building an online business, minus all the guesswork, minus all the pain, minus the huge waste of money and time. I want to help you today to build a better business, to create more compelling offers and improve yourself at the very same time. Creating a compelling offer doesn't have to be done from scratch. If you just scroll down to the bottom of the page and you enter in your best email and you take advantage of the 3 bonus shortcuts I've designed to help you reinforce these concepts that you just learned in this episode, you're going to immediately get better results in your business. And so here's what I actually want you to do. If you actually just scroll down at the bottom of the page, you're going to see a place where you can put in your information and you can hit a button and you can actually get those daily shortcuts. After you write a detailed, thought-provoking comment that's going to inspire me, I want you to go ahead and put in your information, grab those specific bonuses, because every show has its own unique bonuses. We're going to give you a workbook to apply these concepts. You can actually get a workbook. You can take this, you can break it down for your own business if you have a different business, and you're going to get better results and get more sales every time you apply something from the show. That's what we're here to do. That's what we help people learn how to do, and we've done hundreds of millions of dollars of sales to give us authority and credibility to be able to help you do that, if that makes sense, right? So comment down, detailed, thought-provoking comment. You could win a book. You could win a prize just by writing the best comment today. We do that every day. We give prizes away to encourage you to interact, which makes you get more value automatically. You're going to get a PDF workbook. You're going to get an audio version. I would encourage you to listen to this particular audio at least 3 times today. And the reason is because this is the key to creating wealth online, giving value, creating responsiveness, creating a compelling offer, creating valuable content that just grows and expands and multiplies over time. I want you to listen to that audio at least 3 times. And the next thing is, go ahead and make a decision to align with us in the Total Shortcut system. So you want to click that button on the next page and watch that video completely and make a decision right now. And you could be a part of our community. Even if you're doing something else, we're going to help you build an additional side income at the same time that just rocks your world and makes you step into your greatness a little bit more. I'll see you in the next Daily Shortcut episode. And my friend, it's been my pleasure to give value to your life today. I'll see you in the next episode.